Now, why?
Why indeed, Professor Tyler? Why indeed?
Thing is, Doctor, is there anything I can do?
Yes, pass me a silicon rod, will you?
Hi everyone and welcome back to You Know Who. I'm your host, the Last Angry Geek. Well, the new season of Doctor Who is almost upon us. Once again, the Doctor will be stopping the worst monsters in the universe, assisted by newlyweds Amy and Rory. Almost, I hear you asking? Well then what the hell am I doing here if I don't have a new episode to review? Relax. Actually, I do have a pair of minisodes to review in anticipation of the new season. The Doctor, Amy and Rory find themselves caught in a trap they can't escape in space and time, courtesy of the BBC's annual Red Nose Day telethon. This is a telethon where comedians and other celebrities appear to help raise money for the poor and disadvantaged on behalf of comic relief. One of the BBC's contributions this year were 2 connected episodes of Doctor Who, each no more than 4 minutes long. With that in mind, we'll begin with part 1, simply titled Space. Amy enters the TARDIS control room to find the Doctor doing maintenance on his time-space capsule. Amy wants to ask the Doctor a question, but he tries to divert her to husband Rory. Amy's a bit put off to find Rory is helping the Doctor with his repairs. The newlyweds start bickering over Amy's lack of driving ability when the TARDIS jars to a halt. Turns out Amy's short skirts and a glass floor are Rory's kryptonite.
Oh, Rory! Sorry.
Rory's dropped a piece of sensitive equipment, and the Doctor's less than happy as the TARDIS has now materialized. Things get complicated when they realize where the TARDIS has materialized. The Doctor enters the TARDIS and concurrently comes through the TARDIS's front door. According to the Doctor, the exterior and interior of the TARDIS are now fused, and the trio is trapped.
Nothing can enter or leave this ship ever again.
Okay, kids, this is where it gets complicated.
You know, the same thing happens to me when I try and use my bathroom. Let's jump right into part 2, Time. Now with 2 Amys on board the trapped TARDIS, the newer Amy explains that the outside has drifted forward in time, and anyone entering the blue box will come through the doors into the recent past. Hence, Amy number 2 showing up before Amy number 1 has left. The idea of 2 wives appeals to Rory, who gets a quick slap, signaling it's time for Amy number 1 to leave. But not before a quick bit of self-flirting.
Do I really look like that? Yeah, you do. I'd give you a driving license. I bet you would.
Oh, this is how it all ends. Pond flirting with herself, true love at last. Oh, sorry, Rory.
But just as that conundrum ends, Amy and Rory come in through the front doors. The Doctor needs an implosion to separate the TARDIS from itself, but doesn't know which lever. Fortunately, there's one man who can tell him.
The wibbly lever! The wibbly lever! Thank you!
And with that, the TARDIS is freed from itself, and just to make sure it doesn't happen again, Amy is told to put some pants on. Well, it's silly and completely inconsequential, but darn if it also wasn't a lot of fun. Unlike Christmas Carol, Amy and Rory have plenty to do this time around, and Matt Smith is still very funny. This little adventure whets your appetite for the new season nicely. I give Space and Time 3 out of 5 TARDISes. There wasn't anything really wrong with this story, but again, 7 minutes, I can't give a perfect score for 7 minutes. It's a fun little bit of fluff, but I do want to get to the meatier, longer episodes. Speaking of which, You Know Who will be back in early May with a review of the first 2-parter, The Impossible Astronaut and Day of the Moon. Each review I do will cover one story, so if it's a 2-parter, you're going to have to wait 2 weeks for my whole review. I'm going to try and keep this weekly, but who knows how that's going to work out. Fingers crossed. Seeing you soon. I'm the Last Angry Geek.